And I'm here with Appian Capital Advisory, and K2 Mapasa, the head of Africa, is joining me now. And while you might be the head of Africa, you're looking around, obviously, Northern Africa here, the Med region, as we are in Egypt right now. Talk to me a little bit about when you're looking at, I suppose, investable projects, ultimately bankable projects in the mining industry. What are you really looking for?
I think, our motive is to actually look for those projects that are, a little bit more advanced, post-exploration. So we look for those opportunities that are post-exploration and ready to be developed into mines. In terms of the region, as you say, I'm the head of Africa, but not all 54 countries are keeping me awake in that sense. So there is an element of saying, where are those places that are really known for mining? There's a few projects that we know about. And for Egypt, it came onto our radar very recently, following the AngloGold Ashanti Centamin deal. All of a sudden, we took a look and said, well, Egypt is a mining jurisdiction that we should be looking at.
Now, you're not investing here. Your, private equity concept is not investing here yet. But just give me a little feel for, you've been at this forum here, you've been listening to many of the key players in the political arena, in the ministry. Are you going away impressed maybe, and we might see more of you?
Absolutely. I'm very impressed with the progress that has been made in terms of modernizing the legislation framework. There's a lot of work to be done from moving into the new regime, as it were. There's a few issues around the tax regime or fiscal regimes that needs to be better done. But I'm very positive from what I've experienced in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, having been on the ground.
Good. Now, investors are not known to be patient people for the most part. Investors want a return on capital and they like it as soon as they can. How do you balance, I suppose, the potential of high returns in emerging markets, and also with, the possibility of looking at maybe markets that are not as mature? So you have to look at these carefully, I'm sure.
Yeah, we look at the risk across all elements, and particularly we have to land somewhere at a risk-adjusted return at some point. We are not very patient, but our funds have got a 12-year life. Private equity, by its nature, has got a very finite timeline. So we really need to look at those entities or opportunities that are investable, a little bit more certainty and a clear path to actually creating value, so that we can create value and then move on, handing over those assets to the future owners once we've created value.
Now, if you were to look at Egypt and just even the helicopter view you've been taking and coming here, this is great. Do you see any big competitive advantage here that you think, this could work, but maybe they need to do a little bit more work around it?
Yeah, I think just having the new minister having very good background in the corporate world, I think is very, very helpful. I mean, Egypt is very well endowed with minerals. I think they've been mining gold for more than 3,000 years. So the geological potential is unrivaled. So those are some of the positive things that are going for us. The region is very accessible. I've been, all over Africa. There's many parts of Africa that takes a lot longer for me to get there. So that's some of the opportunities for Egypt to take advantage and build on to attract more investors like us.
So when we look at Egypt at the moment, the government and the minister himself is determined to put the Egypt mining sector on the global stage. Do you think that's reality? Do you think they have the opportunity now, when we look at the demand around the world, when we look at the minerals they actually have here, the proven reserves, the fact that they're working on more geological studies and all of that? What do you think their chances are as a betting man, maybe in private equity?
I think we don't really bet in private equity, but they have a very good chance.
Okay, your carefully considered opinion.
Absolutely. We do have, I think a very good outlook for Egypt. We recognize that there's a lot of competition. If you just look at around the region, the Arabian-Nubian Shield, if you look across the KSA kingdom, they're also pushing quite hard from a marketing point of view. So the competition is on, but I'm very encouraged from what I've seen in the last 48 hours that, they have a very good chance of putting themselves in the world map, given their resource endowments.
Now, the nature of private equity, just my last question is, you probably get 1 million proposals in every day, every week, and probably half them go in the bin. Probably a lot more than half them go in the bin. What do you want? What are you looking for when you look at this? What's the key thing that's going to go, maybe we're going to consider this one?
I think we look at opportunities in three areas, right?
Okay.
So there's a technical opportunity. So geologically, is this really a good project? And let me just say, not all projects are actually good projects. So that analysis is very important. But we also look at the financial side, right? Is this project bankable from a financial point of view? Is it financeable? We spend a lot of time around the deal part. Is there a deal to be had here? The ownership and all this. And the third, but not least of it, is actually the softer side. We look at the management team. We look at the country itself, the social issue. Can I get on an aeroplane and go to that country and return to my home safe? Security is a very, very big. So it's a 360-degree review, not just one thing that actually gives us confidence to progress some of those opportunities.
And it's interesting you say that, because I'm beginning to hear that from many companies, and it's showing up in many conversations, this concept of looking at who the management is,
yes,
where they've come from, how they manage, what they do. And I think we've seen that, yes, often the demise of many companies have been bad management.
Absolutely.
So
Can
good
they
luck.
operate in those countries? Have they done it before in that environment?
Yeah. And is your money safe there? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
Absolute delight.
Thank you.